we're back again. Got a quick project for you. 2 cedar planks into a address sign. Here I'm just ripping down the cedar fence planks. I buy these for $3 a piece-ish at Menards. I used 2 of them for this project. I also use the backing is a piece of 1/2-inch plywood, but I had that as scrap. I should probably talk about that at some point, but I'm just ripping them down 1.5-inch strips. I get 3 strips per plank, and moving the camera. I promise I'm more safe than this normally. This was simply ripping them down for content, so gotta love it, because I forgot to video this earlier. So I got them ripped down. I take them to the miter saw, cut them in, pretty uniform size planks. There's my piece of plywood that I've got. That might be 3/4 inch that I'm using. I just use whatever scrap I have around from a different project. These end up to be about 8 inches wide by 28 inches tall. So I glue and I nail these planks that I just cut on. I don't do any sanding. The idea is that it's kind of rustic, so I want it to look rough, which is awesome because that's less work. So I glue and I nail these down, let it dry. You can see it from this video here, my fancy camera work, but that's how it looks. The next step is cutting up a different cedar plank to cut out the numbers. So I guess I probably used 3 of these cedar planks. But I gotta cut out the numbers for the address, the house number. So take it to my Thunderbolt laser, let it cut through. This is about 1/2 inch thick, so it takes several passes. And I probably had to go through and do it one more time after this, but I only videoed once. But I had to cut 4 numbers out and get all that done. So thank God for lasers, right? They just make life easier. I got my track saw. Again, I use this track saw in just about every project. I've attached 2x6s to my sawhorses, so that track saw can cut right through the top. It's about time to change those 2x6s. But I'm just trimming off the edge, so I'll have a perfect-ish rectangle. It's probably not perfectly square, but it's fine. Realized that was a little treacherous, so I clamped it to the sawhorse so it wouldn't move, and changing it up again. Here we go, and what a great shot, right? But now we have a sign base, and now I'm cutting out the frame. I just measure this as I go to the sign itself, simply for better measurements. You can see there, I have the pieces on the side before I measure the end. Same over here. And now they're cut to size. Gotta spray paint them all. House number is 1818, so I've got 2 8s, 2 1s, priming everything. I don't video all the coats, but it's got 2 coats of prime on each side and 2 coats of paint on each side. And here I am just gluing and nailing the frame and the numbers on. It's pretty simple. The only reason it takes so long is you just gotta wait for paint to dry. Otherwise it would be a really pretty simple one-day project, but when you gotta wait a couple hours for each coat of primer and paint to dry, it just goes into at least channel gets monetized, so like and subscribe so we can grow this channel. That would be fantastic. And yeah, so I got the numbers, lay them out. I've got a pretty good eye, but I always try to measure just to be safe. So yeah, they're spaced out pretty good. Looks good to me. Glue on the bottom. A couple brad nails. This is my brad nailer. It's not a finished nailer. So 8s are a little bigger. Probably should have got by with 2 nails on them, but I went with 3. I mean, isn't this just such a cute sign? I've done them with the frame in black. I've done it with the frame in white. I've done them where I've sanded them a little more.